Whenever a natural disaster hits, we are always on the lookout for the bright spots to share.
Like the story our Garvin Thomas heard about in the aftermath of last month's tornado in Scotts Valley. He brings us that story of a literal bright spot in the Bay Area, Garvin.
That's right. Jessica, Janelle, I think there's something about me that you guys know, is that I try and be a good writer. And when telling Bay Area proud stories. Well, one thing we're told is good writers shouldn't use cliches. I have to say, though, there's a certain cliche that just fits this story so perfectly, I might just have to break that rule. One about a performance that needs to happen no matter what.
The date was December 14th. The place, the Scotts Valley Cultural and Performing Arts Center. The curtain was just about to rise on the 2 p.m. performance of A Year with Frog and Toad, a musical. The performers going through their last-minute warm-ups, the audience just taking their seats. All these details are important because at that very time, just a few hundred yards away, another, more dramatic performance was making its debut.
Oh my God. Okay.
The tornado that landed in Scotts Valley that day did plenty of damage, but just missed the theater. In fact, the only sign of trouble director Cindy Gorski noticed was the power going out.
20 minutes before, it just went, everything went dark. And the house was full. I mean, we had almost all 250 people that had bought tickets in the house sitting there when it went black.
Word soon filtered in about what was happening in the outside world, and it was clear the power wasn't coming on quickly. But with all the surrounding roads closed, no one was getting home quickly either.
At that point, the tornado had landed and left, and so we didn't, and it wasn't even raining anymore. So it was like kind of like, okay, I guess the only thing then for us was to try to figure out how to keep the audience safe.
Well, not just safe, but entertained.
We can do this.
It was theater veteran Scott Laird who said if a generator could be found, he could operate one of the old, practically antique follow spotlights. They could pull off a show with just that.
Yeah, and I just retired from all theatrical endeavors forever, I thought.
So that's when one of our parents, they had a generator at their house. And so basically she called her husband and said, can we get the generator here?
Within an hour, they had their generator. They opened some curtains and cracked some windows so the musicians could see their instruments. And without microphones, projected backdrops, or any modern-day production staples, the curtain indeed rose on Frog and Toad.
I was right there, and I actually burst into tears. It was the most moving thing I think I've ever had happen in my life.
I mean, you can see most of it.
Lou and Barbara Rubin were in the audience for the post-tornado performance.
Community theater.
It was cool. It was the community coming together. Yes.
Yeah.
There is, yes, a cliche about how the show must go on, but cliches become them because there's always a bit of truth behind them. And on this day, that truth got a standing ovation.
Everybody was together in it. We were united as a company to make this happen and to give the audience the best experience we could possibly give them.
I'm clapping for Frog and Toad.
I'm
so excited.
Standing ovation.
Yes.
And I wasn't at the performance, but I get the idea that when something like this happens and an obstacle goes up and the company comes together, there is a certain energy that they bring on stage that I didn't see all the shows, but I would guess that was actually probably one of the best performances of the whole run.
For sure.
Thank you so much, Garvin.
And talk about getting lucky. The tornado was so close.
300 yards from the building.
Gosh. Yeah. And that was a strong one. Really, no matter where you look at it, EF1 close to EF2 damage, winds up to about 90 miles per hour. Awesome job out there.